She had always guarded her marriage like a precious jewel, polished and perfect, but it only took one careless whisper, a venomous little seed planted by a nosy neighbor, to make it all seem like a lie. Suddenly, she saw shadows where there was only light. She became convinced her husband, Daniel, was having an affair with their young domestic helper. The thought was a fire in her chest, burning away all reason. She didn't need proof. The image in her head was enough. Without a second thought, she sent the girl away, no explanation given. Just a cold, final dismissal. Her heart was a battleground of betrayal and righteousness. Daniel was blindsided, stunned into silence. He loved his wife with every fiber of his being, and her accusation was a blade that sliced straight to his soul. He could have fought back, yelled, demanded an apology, but he didn't. Instead, he chose a quiet, painful patience. He gave her the space she seemed to need, hoping that with time, the storm of her suspicion would pass and the truth would finally have room to breathe. The days crawled by, turning into weeks. The house grew cavernous and silent, not from the absence of the helper, but from the vast, icy canyon that had opened between them. She watched him from across this divide. She saw how he still brought her coffee in the morning, just the way she liked it. She saw the worry in his eyes when she coughed, the unwavering tenderness in his gestures. He never once faltered, never once gave her a reason to feed her doubt. And slowly, agonizingly, the rigid certainty she had clung to began to crumble, turning to dust. One evening, she found him in the garden, their sanctuary. He was tending the roses he had planted for their first anniversary, his hands moving with a gentle, familiar grace. His shoulders were slumped, his eyes filled with a quiet, profound sorrow. The sight broke something inside her. Overcome with a tidal wave of regret, she walked towards him, her voice barely a whisper. "I was wrong." Daniel looked up, and in his eyes, she didn't see the anger or reproach she deserved. All she saw was love, deep and unconditional. "I never stopped loving you," he said softly, his voice steady. Tears streamed down her face, washing away the pride and the fear. In that moment, she saw the truth with blinding clarity. Her own insecurity had almost shattered the most beautiful thing in her life. Forgiveness bloomed between them, and their love, tested and scarred, began to heal, growing back stronger, its roots now anchored not in the fantasy of perfection, but in the solid ground of trust. Lost and rediscovered. Thanks for watching Echoes of Passion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories.